We've got 10 laps to go now, so the 10-lap rule would come into effect if we have another yellow. Also, remember that we have had 4 races this year so far finish under the green-white checker formula. We do not end under yellow. Looks like Biffle is trying to make his way into this mix, catching up to the 60 of Andy Houston.
And Ron Hornaday hasn't given up getting back on that lead lap. He's hoping for a yellow.
Take a look at who's quickest at the line right now. It's the 25 of Randy Tolsma. The Superguard Dodge is flying at 173.9 miles an hour that last lap. The second quickest, Greg Biffle in the 50. And Setzer well out in front right now by 1.1 seconds.
You can see Jay Sauter there working hard on Jack Sprague.
Again at the line. And look at this. Sauter the quickest despite the damage.
A good tow from all those other trucks probably going around the racetrack, and Sauter taking a run at Sprague coming off turn 2.
Yeah, but it makes you want to wonder if he hadn't had the contact with Sprague earlier in the race, would this guy be blowing this field away?
Well, keep in mind that, you know, they can make some mechanical adjustments on that truck. If they lose that aero grip in the front, they can make some mechanical adjustments to try and make up for that, and they've probably done that. Sprague really dropping back now.
Sprague back to 6th and losing contact for a moment. Now he's trying to reel Sauter back in. Sauter moves into 5th. He's 2.3 seconds behind the lead. Boy, Jack went high there.
Sprague's truck definitely not working right now. I'll tell you, Houston has not given up on Tolsma, and Biffle is right there.
Yeah, except for Hornaday, everybody in that mix is for position 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th. You get Hornaday out of the mix there, and these guys are going to be going after it. Hornaday, as you said, he's trying desperately to catch back up to get back on the lead lap, but with 6 laps to go, it's just not going to be enough time. Because Dennis Setzer's out to 1 3/4 second lead over the field. He is checking out.
Well, let's not forget that race at Pikes Peak where with 10 laps to go, Jack Sprague had a lap on the field. Yellow came out. Mike Wallace gets back on the lead lap and ends up winning the race.
This would be Dennis Setzer's first Superspeedway win. That is Lance Norick as he's making his way around the track. There is the battle going on between Biffle and Sauter. That is for 4th. There is Dennis Setzer. Now, his last win was back at Mesa Marin in October of '98, and he almost had the Martinsville race until he had some contact. That one ended up going to his Dodge cohort, Jimmy Hensley. Take a look at the comparisons. You get an idea just how well Dennis Setzer is doing. This would be Dennis's first Superspeedway win. He's got 4 laps to go.
And he is pedaling that truck as hard as he can.
He's still opening up a wider margin.
Look at Biffle again.
Biffle almost rubs the wall. The lead is now 1.88 seconds. Tolsma's doing all he can. He's got the 2nd quickest truck on the racetrack. There is Sauter and Biffle. Everybody's sort of in lockstep now as we've got 3 laps to go here at Texas Motor Speedway. Round 10 of the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series. Everybody pushing as hard as they can. Biffle trying to get underneath Hornaday. It's not going to happen.
That's going to give Sauter a run on Biffle. Look at Sauter. He's got a run on Biffle. Biffle stuck his nose in there.
2 laps to go. Hornaday finally says, okay, guys, there's no chance for me to get back on the lead lap. He's letting everybody else go by. So now Sauter has a shot at Biffle. Nobody has a shot at that guy, Dennis Setzer. There is Randy Tolsma, Andy Houston, Greg Biffle. Oh, we got smoke down the backstretch and the truck spinning. It is Terry Fisher. Our first caution, and now what appears to be our last caution, number 6, is brought out by the same truck, Terry Fisher. And guess what this means, guys? For the 5th time this year, we will have a green-white checker finish, and Dennis Setzer is the only guy who is disappointed. He and his team are going to surrender that nice lead.
He was about to see the white flag.
Woof. One more corner. Setzer would have had the white flag, and we would have finished this race. But Now we are going to be in a green-white checkered situation. We'll be going there as soon as we get done. We're going to go green this time by. And Randy Tolsma in second place. David?
Marty, I just talked to Gary Showalter, his crew chief. I asked him, what are you telling Randy? And he said, it's time to win one. They think they are better on cold tires than Dennis Setzer. Stay tuned.
We're going to find out as we are just about ready, heading down the backstretch. We'll go green this time by.
It's interesting to hear them say that, because if you think back to that last caution period, Tolsma was not that strong coming to the green on that restart.
Well, we're going to find out who's got what oomph left in their motor and in their tires, as it will be the number 1 of Dennis Setzer, the 25 of Randy Tolsma in second, the 60 of Andy Houston in third, Greg Biffle in the 50 and fourth, and Jay Sauter, despite all the damage, in the Goodwrench Chevrolet, our pole sitter, in fifth. And look at that. I am amazed that he has been able to keep that truck on the lead lap, let alone in fifth. Coming out of turn 4. Green flag in hand. 2 laps to decide round 10. The gloves have to come off now. And look at Houston. Houston, gets into Randy Tolsma, and he is still spinning wildly around into turn 4. Everybody's going to miss him. No! Big crash with Barfield. Tolsma came down to defend the position.
Houston had a big run on that restart.
I'm looking for movement. I see movement in the 25. Randy Tolsma. And it looked like everybody was going to make it by. Unfortunately, Ron Barfield didn't. Look at, man, he punched the hole in the side. Look at the rear axle. You can see how deep this contact really was.
That was a very big hit.
The window net is just coming down now with the assistance of the emergency crew. We're waiting to see. And you called it. You thought something was going to happen.
Well, you could see Houston had a big run and just a little tap right there. And keep in mind, on cold tires, Tolsma does a great job here. I mean, look at this field bearing down on him. Gets it straight. Just can't quite keep it straight. Barfield goes high and boom.